My friends, too many people start their morning the wrong way with a bowl of oatmeal, thinking it's giving them the energy and strength they need. Oatmeal may fill your stomach, but it does little to protect your muscles, especially as you age. If you're over 40, 50, 60 or beyond, you need a breakfast that fuels your body with the nutrients to fight off sarcopenia, the dangerous loss of muscle mass. Without strong muscles, our balance, posture, metabolism, and independence start to decline. Today I'm going to share with you a powerful breakfast that goes way beyond oatmeal, a meal that rebuilds muscle, keeps your strength alive, and helps you stay active, vibrant, and full of life. Sarcopenia is something that most people never hear about until it's already affecting their life. Yet it's one of the biggest threats to our health as we age. The loss of muscle doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow, gradual decline, almost invisible in the beginning. You don't just wake up one day weak and frail. It starts with the little things. You might notice you can't carry the groceries as easily as before, or that climbing the stairs takes a little more effort. You may feel like your balance isn't quite the same, or that you're moving slower than you used to. This is the early whisper of sarcopenia, and if you ignore it, it grows louder with time until it robs you of your independence, your strength, and your confidence. Here's what many don't realize. Sarcopenia doesn't just weaken your muscles, it weakens your entire life. Strong muscles are the foundation of everything we do. They support our joints, protect our bones, and keep our metabolism working efficiently. When muscle mass shrinks, so does your ability to burn calories. That means more fat around the belly, higher blood sugar, and greater risk for diabetes and heart disease. And when your metabolism slows down, your energy plummets. You begin to feel sluggish, tired, and less motivated to move. Before long, this downward spiral leaves you not only physically weaker, but emotionally drained as well. The most frightening part is that this process often begins in our 40s and 50s, long before most people ever think about protecting their muscle tissue. By the time you reach your 60s, if you're not paying attention, you've already lost a significant amount of strength. That's why I call sarcopenia the silent thief. It sneaks in without asking permission, and if you're not proactive, it will continue to strip away your independence. Think about it. Losing muscle doesn't just make you weaker, it makes you more vulnerable. Falls become more likely, fractures become more dangerous, and recovery becomes much harder. For many, this is what leads to a rapid decline in quality of life. But here's the truth. This doesn't have to happen to you. Muscle loss is not an automatic sentence of aging. You have the power to slow it down, even reverse it, if you give your body the fuel and the stimulation it needs. And it starts with what you put in your body first thing in the morning. After a long night of fasting, your muscles are in need of repair. They're craving amino acids, the building blocks of protein, to stop the breakdown and turn on the process of growth. Yet most people wake up and feed their body sugar, starch, and empty calories. Oatmeal, toast, cereal, all of these may satisfy your hunger for a moment, but they do nothing to protect the tissue that keeps you strong. Imagine your muscles as a bank account. Every day you either make deposits or withdrawals. Protein, movement, and strength training are deposits that grow your account. Poor nutrition, inactivity, and high sugar foods are withdrawals. If you wake up each morning and skip giving your muscles the deposit they need, your account starts to shrink, and over time you're left bankrupt, weak, frail, and dependent on others. This is why we must look at breakfast differently. It's not just about filling the belly, it's about giving your body the investment it needs to thrive, to move freely, and to stand tall with strength and confidence. You can choose to start your day with the foods that build you up instead of break you down. Every bite matters, every choice counts, and the earlier you take action, the better your future will look. Don't wait until weakness forces you to make changes. Build your fortress now while you still can, so you can live your later years with independence, vitality, and dignity. And my friends, if this message resonates with you, if you've learned something valuable today, I ask you kindly, please like this video, leave a comment to share your thoughts or your own experiences, and make sure to subscribe to this channel. Together, we're building a community of strength, knowledge, and inspiration. Your support helps spread this message so others can protect their muscles, their health, and their life. Stay strong, stay consistent, and always remember, your muscles are your greatest ally against aging. Most people reach for oatmeal in the morning thinking they're starting their day in the healthiest way possible. It's been marketed for years as the heart-healthy choice, the breakfast of champions, the bowl that keeps you full and satisfied. And yes, oatmeal does have some benefits. It gives you fiber, it's easy on digestion, and it can help with cholesterol levels. But when it comes to protecting your muscles, especially as you get older, oatmeal falls short. Your muscles don't thrive on carbohydrates alone. They need protein, they need essential amino acids, and they need the right fuel to stop the muscle breakdown that happens naturally as we age. Research is very clear on this. Studies show that after the age of 40, we lose about 3 to 5% of our muscle mass per decade if we don't intervene. And the number one factor that determines whether you maintain or lose muscle is your protein intake. One study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that adults who ate a higher protein breakfast stimulated muscle protein synthesis significantly more than those who ate a carb-based meal like oatmeal or cereal. This means the body actually turned on the process of repairing and building muscle after the protein meal, but not after the carb-based meal. Another study out of the University of Texas found that spreading protein throughout the day, especially at breakfast, helped older adults maintain muscle mass and strength compared to those who ate most of their protein at dinner. That's why what you eat in the morning is absolutely critical. Oatmeal by itself does not contain enough protein to activate this muscle building process. A standard bowl gives you maybe 5 grams of protein at best, but your muscles need around 20 to 30 grams first thing in the morning to really turn on growth and repair. If you're over 50, the requirement can be even higher because your muscles become less responsive to protein, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance. So while you may feel good eating oatmeal, your muscles are still starving, and the breakdown continues. That's why relying on oatmeal alone is like trying to fill up your gas tank with just a few drops of fuel. It's simply not enough to keep the engine running. So what can you do if you love oatmeal but don't want to sacrifice your muscle health? The solution is to upgrade it. Instead of eating plain oatmeal, add 2 scoops of whey or plant-based protein powder. Stir in Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or even scramble a few eggs on the side. Top it with nuts, seeds, or nut butter for healthy fats and an extra protein boost. Now instead of 5 grams of protein, you've got 25 to 30 grams. And that's where the magic happens. That's when your body gets the signal to repair, grow, and strengthen your muscle fibers. Another protocol is to think beyond oatmeal altogether. Rotate your breakfast. Some mornings have a protein shake with whey, almond milk, chia seeds, and berries. Other mornings go for scrambled eggs with spinach and avocado. Try cottage cheese with nuts and fruit. These are meals that fuel your body, keep your blood sugar stable, and protect your muscles from wasting away. The key is not perfection, but consistency. Every single morning is an opportunity to either feed your muscles or starve them, and the choice is in your hands. Here are a few simple tips. Always aim for at least 25 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast. Don't rely solely on carbs to start your day. Pair them with protein. Prepare your meals ahead of time, so you're not tempted to grab a quick, carb-loaded breakfast on the go. And if you're someone who loves the taste of oatmeal, remember it doesn't have to be the enemy. It just has to be transformed into a muscle-building meal. By making these adjustments, you'll notice your energy lasts longer, your cravings decrease, and most importantly, your strength improves. You're not just eating to fill your stomach. You're eating to invest in your future health. Because strong muscles are what keep you walking, lifting, moving, and living with independence. And it all starts with the choices you make first thing in the morning. When we talk about protecting our muscles, nothing is more important than protein. Protein is not just another nutrient on the plate, it's the very foundation of your muscle fibers, your enzymes, and even your hormones. Without enough of it, your body begins to pull from its own reserves, which means your muscles get broken down for fuel. This is exactly what accelerates sarcopenia, and it's why breakfast is the perfect time to load up on protein. After fasting all night, your body is in a catabolic state, meaning it's breaking down tissue. The moment you wake up, your muscles are starving for amino acids, and if they don't get them, they continue to waste away. That's why starting the day with protein is absolutely essential if you want to rebuild strength and fight the aging process. The science backs this up. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition has shown that distributing protein evenly across meals, especially hitting 25 to 30 grams in the morning, stimulates muscle protein synthesis far more effectively than consuming most of your protein later in the day. Another study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirmed that older adults who consumed a higher protein breakfast experienced greater gains in lean body mass compared to those who ate a carbohydrate-heavy breakfast. The reason is simple. The amino acid leucine, found abundantly in eggs, dairy, and meats, acts as the trigger for muscle growth. Without hitting that threshold of leucine, your muscles don't get the signal to repair. Oatmeal and toast may fill you up, but they don't send the right message to your muscles. So what does a protein-rich breakfast actually look like in practice? Let's start with something simple. Eggs. 3 whole eggs give you about 18 grams of protein, and if you add in 2 egg whites, you're pushing close to 26 grams. Pair that with some vegetables like spinach and mushrooms, and you've got a nutrient-dense, muscle-protecting meal. If you enjoy smoothies, throw in a scoop of whey protein powder, some almond milk, frozen berries, and chia seeds. That's a quick 25 to 30 grams of protein that takes only minutes to prepare. Greek yogurt is another powerful choice. 1 cup has around 17 grams of protein, and when you top it with nut seeds and a drizzle of honey, you can easily push it into the 25-gram range. Protocols are simple. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast every single day. Don't go below 20 grams, because studies show that's not enough to maximally stimulate muscle repair, especially in older adults dealing with anabolic resistance. Rotate your protein sources to keep things interesting. Some mornings it might be eggs, other mornings Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, and on busy days a protein shake. Variety not only prevents boredom, but also ensures you're getting a wide spectrum of amino acids and nutrients. One tip I often recommend is preparing your protein ahead of time. Hard boil a dozen eggs at the start of the week, or pre-cook lean turkey or chicken sausage so it's ready to heat up. If you know you're going to be in a rush, have your blender ready with your protein powder pre-measured. So all you need to do is add liquid and blend. The easier you make it, the more consistent you'll be. Another important point, balance your protein with healthy fats and fiber to keep blood sugar stable. For example, eggs with avocado and vegetables not only give you protein, but also provide sustained energy. A protein shake with chia seeds or flax seeds gives you fiber and omega-3 sets. This combination keeps you feeling full, curbs cravings, and sets the tone for healthier choices the rest of the day. When you commit to a protein-rich breakfast, you'll feel the difference. You'll notice your energy is steadier, your focus is sharper, and over time your body feels stronger. You'll be protecting your metabolism, maintaining lean muscle, and lowering your risk of falls, fractures, and frailty as you age. Breakfast is more than just a meal, it's your opportunity to tell your body whether you're building or breaking down. Choose protein, and you're choosing strength, vitality, and longevity. Eggs are one of nature's most complete and powerful foods when it comes to building and preserving muscle. For years, eggs have carried a bad reputation because of cholesterol, but science has finally set the record straight. Research shows that dietary cholesterol from eggs does not negatively affect heart health in most people, and in fact, eggs provide some of the most bioavailable protein on the planet. What makes them so special is the amino acid leucine. Leucine is the key switch that tells your body to start muscle protein synthesis. The process of repairing and building new muscle fibers. Without enough leucine in your meal, your body doesn't get the message to rebuild, even if you're eating protein. That's why eggs are so effective. They're rich in leucine, easy to digest, and deliver protein in its purest form. Let's put this into perspective. 1 large egg has about 6 grams of high-quality protein. If you eat 3 eggs, you're getting 18 grams, and with 4 eggs, you're already close to 24 grams. Add a couple of egg whites for extra protein without the extra fat, and you can easily reach that 25 to 30 gram mark that studies show is necessary to maximize muscle repair. A 2017 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed whole eggs after resistance training had significantly greater muscle protein synthesis compared to those who consumed just egg whites. That means the yolk isn't just safe, it's essential. The yolk contains vital nutrients like vitamin D, choline, omega-3 fats, and antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin that protect your brain, eyes, and overall cellular health. So when you eat eggs, don't skip the yolk. It's part of the muscle building package. Now let's talk about how to make eggs work for you in a practical way. Scrambled eggs with vegetables is one of the easiest, most nutrient-dense breakfasts you can prepare. Add spinach, mushrooms, onions, or peppers. And you've got not only protein, but also fiber, antioxidants, and minerals. If you enjoy boiled eggs, prepare them in advance so they're ready to grab and go. Pair a couple of boiled eggs with a handful of almonds or a piece of fruit, and you've created a balanced, protein-rich breakfast in minutes. For those who prefer variety, try an omelet with avocado and smoked salmon, or bake a dozen egg muffins with vegetables at the start of the week so you have a quick breakfast ready each morning. The protocol here is simple. Make eggs a staple in your weekly breakfast routine. Aim for at least 3 to 4 mornings where eggs are your primary protein source. Rotate them with Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a protein shake to keep variety and avoid boredom. Another tip is to add complementary proteins alongside eggs. For example, eggs with cottage cheese or Greek yogurt provide a broader amino acid profile and make sure you're hitting the target of 25 to 30 grams of protein. If you're someone who needs more calories, add avocado or a slice of whole grain bread for healthy fats and complex carbs. One of the greatest benefits of eggs is satiety. When you start your day with eggs, you feel fuller for longer, your blood sugar stays more stable, and your cravings decrease. A study from the International Journal of Obesity found that people who ate eggs for breakfast lost more weight and preserved more muscle than those who ate bagels with the same calories. That's because eggs not only fuel your muscles, but also help regulate hormones like ghrelin and leptin, which control hunger and fullness. If you're worried about cholesterol, remember that the latest dietary guidelines have removed the strict limits on dietary cholesterol because research shows it doesn't significantly impact blood cholesterol in most individuals. In fact, the nutrients in eggs may actually support heart and brain health when eaten as part of a balanced diet. So the takeaway is this: eggs are one of the most powerful tools you can use to fight sarcopenia. They're inexpensive, widely available, and quick to prepare. They give your muscles the amino acids they're begging for, they keep your energy steady, and they protect your body from the inside out. By making eggs a regular part of your breakfast, you're not just feeding your hunger, you're feeding your strength, your independence, and your future. Every egg you eat is an investment in keeping your body strong and resilient for years to come. The difference between starting your day with a muscle-building breakfast and starting it with oatmeal is like night and day. On the surface, both meals may give you energy, but the quality, stability, and long-term effects of that energy couldn't be more different. Oatmeal is primarily carbohydrate. It raises your blood sugar quickly, giving you a short burst of energy, but that spike is usually followed by a crash. Within a couple of hours, you feel tired, hungry, and searching for another snack or cup of coffee. Your muscles, meanwhile, are still starving for amino acids. Compare that to a protein-rich breakfast: eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a protein shake. Not only do you feel fuller for longer, but your muscles get the raw materials they need to repair and grow. Instead of a sugar roller coaster, you're on steady ground with balanced energy and sharp focus. Research supports this dramatic difference. A study in the International Journal of Obesity found that individuals who ate a high-protein breakfast had reduced hunger and fewer cravings throughout the day compared to those who ate a carb-heavy breakfast like oatmeal. Another study in the Journal of Nutrition showed that older adults who consumed at least 30 grams of protein at breakfast experienced greater improvements in muscle mass and strength over time. These are not small effects. They're life-changing differences that can determine whether you remain strong and independent or slip into weakness and frailty. When you eat oatmeal in the morning, your body gets a wave of glucose that enters the bloodstream. If you don't burn that energy quickly, much of it is stored as fat. At the same time, your muscles are not getting the amino acids they need, so the breakdown continues over weeks, months, and years. This pattern leads to muscle loss, slower metabolism, and increased fat storage. This is the trap so many fall into. They think they're eating healthy, but their breakfast is quietly fueling sarcopenia and weakening their foundation. On the other hand, a protein-based breakfast flips the script. Instead of a blood sugar surge, you get steady fuel. Instead of muscle loss, you stimulate muscle growth. Instead of mid-morning cravings, you feel satisfied and in control. Let's talk protocols and practical tips. If you currently eat oatmeal and don't want to give it up, the solution is to fortify it. Add 1 or 2 scoops of protein powder, stir in Greek yogurt, or pair it with eggs on the side. This way you're getting the comfort of oatmeal, but transforming it into a muscle-friendly meal. If you're ready to move beyond oatmeal, make protein the centerpiece of your breakfast. For example, scrambled eggs with vegetables and avocado is a complete meal that provides protein, healthy fats, and fiber. A protein shake with whey or plant-based powder, berries, and chia seeds can be made in under 3 minutes and delivers the amino acids your body is craving. Another easy option is cottage cheese with nuts and fruit, quick, balanced, and packed with protein. Here are some simple tips. First, aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein every morning, especially if you're over 50. Second, combine your protein with healthy fats and fiber to balance your blood sugar. Third, rotate your choices so you don't get bored. Eggs one day, yogurt the next, a smoothie the day after. Fourth, prepare ahead of time. Hard-boiled eggs, portion out smoothie ingredients in freezer bags, or keep Greek yogurt cups ready in the fridge. Consistency is everything, and the easier you make it, the more likely you'll stay on track. The results of this change can be profound. When you start fueling your muscles instead of just your appetite, you'll notice your body responding. You'll have more energy throughout the day, fewer cravings, and better workouts. Over time, you'll protect your metabolism, preserve your lean muscle, and reduce the risk of falls, weakness, and loss of independence. This is not just about what you eat for breakfast. It's about how you choose to live and age. So while oatmeal may give you comfort, it won't give you strength. A protein-rich breakfast, on the other hand, gives you stability, muscle protection, and long-lasting vitality. The choice each morning is simple. Do you want to feed your hunger for a moment, or do you want to feed your muscles for a lifetime? Choose wisely, and your body will thank you for decades to come. Every morning when you wake up, you're given a fresh opportunity to shape your future health. The choices you make at breakfast don't just determine how you feel for the next few hours. They determine how your body will function months, years, and even decades down the road. Sarcopenia doesn't happen all at once. It's a slow, creeping process that robs people of their strength, their independence, and their vitality. The good news is that you're not powerless against it. By making intentional decisions each morning, you can build a foundation that protects you from frailty, falls, and fatigue. You can choose to invest in your future strength instead of slowly giving it away. Studies consistently show that maintaining muscle mass is one of the strongest predictors of longevity and quality of life. Research published in the Journal of Gerontology revealed that older adults with higher muscle mass had lower risk of disability and greater independence compared to those with less. Another study in the American Journal of Medicine found that muscle mass was more predictive of survival in older adults than even body mass index. In other words, it's not just about weight or appearance, it's about the muscle you carry. Strong muscles are protective not just for movement, but also for metabolism, bone health, blood sugar regulation, and even immune function. When you protect your muscle, you're protecting every system in your body. So what does protecting your future look like in practice? It starts with protein at breakfast, but it doesn't end there. Every meal is an opportunity to feed your muscles, distribute your protein evenly throughout the day. Aim for 25 to 30 grams in the morning, the same amount at lunch, and again at dinner. This steady stream of amino acids keeps your muscles in a state of repair rather than breakdown. Combine that with strength training 2 to 3 times a week, and you have a proven formula for fighting sarcopenia. You don't need to lift heavy weights in a gym. Simple resistance bands, bodyweight exercises, or light dumbbells at home are enough to send the signal to your muscles that they need to stay strong. One of the best protocols I recommend is the protein first rule. At every meal, start with your protein source, whether that's eggs, chicken, fish, beans, or yogurt, before filling in the rest of your plate. This ensures your muscles get what they need before anything else. Another powerful tip is to keep easy, high-protein snacks on hand like boiled eggs, Greek yogurt, cups, or a handful of nuts, so you're never caught reaching for empty calories. And don't underestimate hydration. Your muscles are 75% water, and even mild dehydration can impair strength and recovery. Drink plenty of water throughout the day to keep your muscles functioning at their best. Mindset also plays a huge role. Too many people accept weakness as a normal part of aging, but that's a myth. Aging does not have to mean frailty. When you choose to protect your muscles, you're choosing to live with energy, confidence, and independence. Think about the future version of yourself. Do you want to be strong enough to pick up your grandchildren, to walk without assistance, to travel and enjoy life fully? Those outcomes don't just happen. They are built through the daily choices you make now. The earlier you start, the better, but it's never too late. Even people in their 70s and 80s have been shown to rebuild muscle and regain strength when they adopt a protein-rich diet and consistent exercise. Your body is always ready to respond if you give it the right signals. So don't wait until you've already lost your strength. Start today. Tomorrow's independence depends on today's actions. So my friends, protect your future starting with your next breakfast. Choose the protein that builds and repairs your muscles. Stay consistent, stay committed, and remind yourself that every small action is an investment in a stronger tomorrow. And if this message has inspired you, I encourage you to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to this channel so we can continue this journey of health and strength together. When we feed our muscles, we feed our life, and that is the greatest gift we can give ourselves and those we love. So remember this, oatmeal may fill your belly, but it won't save your muscles. Choose a breakfast that builds strength and shields you from sarcopenia. Stay consistent, stay disciplined, and give your body the fuel